Hey, what is going on everybody? In this video I wanted to go over some of my favorite OBD11 tweaks for your MK7 GTI. Now if you don't know what OBD11 is, you can watch this super old review video I did about it a while ago to get a better understanding. But basically it's a dongle that you plug into your OBD port of your Volkswagen Audi Group vehicle to access the coding of the vehicle, and you can either turn on some hidden features of the car or turn off some annoying features of the car. So anyways, let's get into some of my favorite and some of the coolest OBD11 tweaks you can do to your MK7 GTI. And although you can long code most of these, what I did was I did the lazy way and kind of just paid the 10 credits in the app and did the one-touch coding instead. The first one is traction control permanently off. Now for some reason these MK7 cars from the factory, even when you hold the ECS off button and it'll pop up on your dashboard that it says traction control is off, apparently even when it says it's off, it still controls like 20 to 30% of traction. So it's not like permanently 0% control off. And the only way to actually turn it permanently off is to code it out either through Rostec cable or OBDEleven so that the car controls 0% traction. There's like different versions of it, like you can have Sport or ASR V2, something like that, but I just do permanently off all the time so that it's just one press off rather than having to hold the button. The second one is urban joke, and I don't know how to explain this in words, so I guess I'll just show you. Now of course it may not be for everyone. Some people don't like it, some people do. I personally love it because it gives a different twist to the stock halogen taillights, so you know you don't have to pay extra money to upgrade to 7.5 taillights or Euro taillights to have some cool turn signals. And on top of that, the urban joke also activates the 5 brake lights along with when you do the one-touch coding for the urban joke, which means when you pump the brakes, all 5 brake lights come on. Stock is the 2 outer ones and then the 3rd brake light, but with all 5 it's the 2 outer ones, the 3rd brake lights, and then also the 2 inner ones. So I guess that's more stopping power technically. My third favorite one is being able to control your windows from your key fob. This is definitely a hidden feature, and I know this works with multiple vehicles. It's not specifically to MK7 GTIs. I've also done it on my friend's GLI. And basically when you hold the lock button when you're out of the car on your key fob, all the windows roll up, or if you hold the unlock button, all the windows roll down. And that's pretty helpful, especially on hot summer days when you walk into your car and you gotta let all the air out. Just roll all of them before you even walk up to it. Or you have the ability to close all your windows if you forgot and you don't have to turn your car on again. And yeah, definitely one of my favorite features and definitely very useful. It's not just for looks. My next favorite tweak is the dashboard theme. Now the original one is like some black faded background print with like a red stripe, like no texture at all. But when you change it to the carbon fiber look, it's like the background print is like some carbon fibers that match the trims around your car, and the stripe is white. It makes it look really clean, and it's just a personal preference, I guess. My next favorite tweak, and I think this is absolutely necessary, is turning off the sound actor. At least that's what it says in the app, but I know officially that's not how you pronounce it. But basically turning off the fake engine noises that come through your speakers that I don't know why Volkswagen have that feature turned on in the first place, but basically it's fake exhaust noises that come through your speakers to make it seem like you're going faster. And yeah, just turn that crap off to hear the actual sound of your car. My last favorite tweak is being able to turn on the fog lights with the daytime running lights. Now this is kind of specifically only for GTIs because the Golf Rs don't have fog lights, and then the 1.8 TSIs have kind of ugly-ish fog lights. But for the MK7 GTIs, being able to turn on the fog lights come on with the daytime running lights. So when you put the handbrake down, both the daytime running lights turn on and your fog lights turn on. Whereas normally you would have to buy like a Euro switch and then kind of hack it a little hardware wise, and you have to pay money and install it and stuff. Whereas this is just an OBD11 tweak. Now I'm not entirely sure where it is in the settings because a friend did it for me before I got my OBD11. But if you can find out, let me know, and I'll put in like the description and let everyone else know. And that wraps up to what I believe are the must-haves for your MK7, or at least the must-dos for your MK7 GTI. And although there are like a lot more to mention, if I go into detail for every one of them, this video is going to be like an hour long. but I do want to bring up some honorable mentions and kind of run through them real quick. And the first one is going to be throttle pedal response. Increases the sensitivity of your throttle. Apparently works really well with tuned cars, especially stage 2. Third brake light with lock and unlock. Now nobody's probably gonna notice this, but when you lock or unlock your car, the third brake light comes on. Is anybody gonna notice it? No. Does anybody care? Not really, but I mean, it's 10 credits. It looks cool. Seatbelt warning off. Kind of dangerous, I guess, because you don't get that sound indication when you or your passenger doesn't have their seatbelt on. But to me, sometimes when I'm doing rolling shots, I don't have the seatbelt on, and it's kind of annoying. So I just turn it off completely and hope my passenger just knows to put on the seatbelt. Auto folding mirrors. Now this only works if you have the motors or the actual auto folding mirrors, either from AliExpress or OEM, and you don't have to long code it. Just give these 10 credits and do a one-touch coding. High intensity brake light. I have this turned on, but I haven't actually seen it in action yet. What people have told me is if you're braking like really hard, like your ECS and stuff, your traction control turns on and everything, apparently it flashes your indicators to, I guess, better warn the person behind you that you're braking hard. And lastly, open door alarm. Turns on or off the open door alarm when you have your key in. Doesn't work very well because when I have my key in and it's like the battery is on and I open my door, it still beeps. So it's still kind of annoying. Not really sure what it actually turned off, but hopefully it's something. I also want to bring up this one called Video in Motion. It costs 100 credits and I don't have it on because I haven't actually gotten to that many credits, but apparently it lets you watch videos while you're driving on the go through your center console screen, and definitely extremely dangerous, but I do want to watch movies through my center console even when I'm parked. So I haven't actually tried it yet, so if anyone actually has tried it or has experience with it, let me know and I'll see if it's worth saving up 100 credits for it. And that about wraps up this video. I hope these tweaks were helpful, and if you don't have OBDEleven, I hope it has given you some insight on what it can do, and definitely worth the investment for like 80